Morning, dear students. Once again, welcome to the social class. That is, we are going to start with the Indian relation with the other countries. So, yesterday we have seen about the India with the China. Now we will see India with Pakistan. As you know that Pakistan is a country which is the neighboring country of the India. Previously, it was known that India and Pakistan were one country. But we see due to from the time of the 1947, we see that India and Pakistan are became two independent countries. So there is a big history behind it. But yet now it is called one of our neighboring countries. It is a neighboring nation. Yet we have a relation with the Pakistan too in matter of the trade, in matter of the commerce and economics. Let's see about this is the integral part of the India once upon a period. But due to the certain, the challenges which are faced by the time of India and Pakistan was getting divided. At that time, you see that Muhammad Ali Jinnah was demanded for a separate country for their own Muslim people. So it was that the integral nation has to be divided as a two countries. So it is like the two brothers as divided as two countries today. But I say today, these two brothers itself have become an enemy of each other. But India is not that, the enemy of the Pakistan, but Pakistan has always played a role against the India. Though it is one of our neighboring country, once upon a time which is our Indian part, integral part of the country. But yet today we see there is a difference between the India and the Pakistan. It was a neighboring and it's integral. In the 1947, it was separated from India and became a separate country. As we see today, we have a certain problem with them. The issues are like terrorism issues with the Pakistan. So India and China, these terrorism issues are going on from long back until now. We see there are several attacks which comes over India. The spread of the non-maintenance of the Indian foreign policy, we could see breaking of the foreign policy which is done from the first time from the Pakistan, not from India. India is always a peace and loving country which always respect its foreign policy also. But yet in the matter of this, in spite of this, India has never had its attack over the Pakistan first time. But we see that Pakistan, it takes an interest against the India. It is in the matter of jealous, it is in the matter of economic growth, it is a matter of that is jealous, we can say, about the India. So terrorism, it has become one of the global problem, not only of India, but we face a lot of things from the Pakistan towards the India. Though it is our neighboring country, according to the foreign policy, we have to be very friendly to grow economically, to grow, technologically. If you want to have a peaceful, so it is very important to have each other country to live in a peace. So spreading the terrorism across the India, it is a very disappointing thing towards the India. We see that the Indian peace and loving is disturbed. The Indian peace and loving country, it is disturbed across the globe. We see the Jammu and Kashmir, we see in Jammu and Kashmir, and the place of Jammu and Kashmir till today, by the year 2019, it has been settled the problem of long disputes for over 70 years of problem has been dispute. It has been resolved by the last 2019 year. But yet we cannot say that there is a complete peace over the Jammu and Kashmir today. Kashmir is a integral part of India. During the division of India and Pakistan, the king of the Pakistan, he himself joining to the Indian Union by observing the Indian Constitution. It is better to join the Indian Constitution rather than be perishing with non-constitution countries. So at that time, Pakistan has no constitution, and that moment, then it was a personal decision of the king who was at the Jammu and Kashmir. He himself decided to join the India. So that one, it is an issue. It's continually going on from that time to until now. They willing to have this, the Jammu and Kashmir with them. But it was not possible, unfortunately. But they are forcefully, they want it to be them. So because of that, we see the people of Jammu and Kashmir till today they are in suffering. They don't know. They have their lives in danger. The children are in danger. The school, their education, that the companies, nothing was established over that place for over a 70 years of time period. But recent year, by 2019, we could see a lot of changes in the Jammu and Kashmir. This was the problem resolved, and for the first time in 2019, the Indian flag was hosted in the Jammu and Kashmir from the Home Minister called the Amit Shah. So we see the water sharing is another disturbance. Water sharing is another problem. During the time of the Gandhiji, when India and Pakistan was separating, so we know that the major proportion of the water which flowed to the Pakistan, it has to go through the Indian land. If the terrorism attacks are continued over the India, where they drink the water, that flow of the water goes from the Indian land. So many cases the water sharing also been disturbed. We see that water is an important resource to the Pakistan. On basis of this water, they have, their agriculture. Whatever the agriculture is done over that Pakistan, it is due to the water which is run from the Indian Indus. Okay, so through the river Ravi, which flows towards the Pakistan. The issues are common between India and Pakistan. There were fights and wars have been also fought to occupy the land of the Kashmir. There were several wars in the year. We see that the wars were held between the India and Pakistan. But yet we see the upper hand of the India only in all the wars. Kargil war, India won. Okay, we see that in all, and whenever they try to disturb the India, but every time India was in upper hand in war. We are, in army strength, in technology, in weapons, and in defense, and in, navy, in everything we are strong. We see in 2001, the Parliament House was attacked. We see 2007, we see the Mumbai attack. In 2016, we see Pathankot was attacked. In 2018, we see that the Pulwama attack. We see continuous, the attacks over India is not stopped. And we trying to tell that there were many agreements also have taken place. In the beginning, Tashkent agreement has taken place. Then Shimla and Lahore Yatra conference also have been taken place. Every Prime Minister who comes as the Indian Prime Minister, he always try to maintain the peace with Pakistan, China, and all other countries. But yet, Pakistan is not able to understand the bilateral relation between the India. Once, if it has lost its, the confidence, that faith over it, and today also it has the same relation. But we see, we have a common trade relation with them. What is the support of the vegetables, tomatoes, something that goes from export from India to Pakistan. So it is very important, the foreign relation or the Indian relation with the other country. We want our neighbor country to stay together. If the two countries are staying together, it's a benefit for the economic growth, it's benefit for the also for living in peace and cooperation. So it is very much important to have in every country respecting each other, not invading on each other, not trying to disturb each other's faith, nor even trying to disturb each other peace and cooperation. So it is very important to have a peace maintenance. So India and Pakistan was one before, now separated, but yet we have to live in a peace to maintain the order and peace in the country. It is the necessary thing. It is not only a necessary, it is a need that to maintain. And we see the next country, that is the Russia, India and Russia. Russia is considered one of the powerful country. It is called as the powerful nation. Russia is called powerful Russia. Why it is called powerful Russia? Because this country is counted an advanced country, like America. America, as we have heard, like it is one of the powerful nations. The same way, the advanced country which has advanced technology, advanced in weapons, advance in science, technology, industry, economy, and development. And in all the angle, if you could see, Russia has a powerful, it's a powerful country, and it is a very joyful thing that India, being a developing nation, we have a good relation that is called cordial relation with the Russia. So this is one of the important part of the India with the Russia. We see that India has followed the non-alignment policy. We see that after the World War II, World War II has divided the two blocks. The World War II has divided the two blocks. That is the communist and one is democratic. The communist and democratic. We see in that situation, India remained non-aligned. So India neither supported the communist, not to the aligned, not to a democratic. That means US also not supported, not Russia was supported. But India remained its single. This was the best decision from the Indian PM. The Prime Minister of India was, decided one of the important decision that he has made towards the, during the non-alignment policy. That was very much helpful for India and Pakistan to maintain, India and Russia and India and USA to maintain the, right form. See, any country that remaining single, if imagine that India was not following the non-alignment policy, then it would have joined the democratic US, then Russia would become an enemy. If India was joining to a Russian communist bloc, then the US would become an enemy of the India. So that was the best decision at that time taken as a non-alignment policy. So I appreciate the non-alignment policy has made us to maintain the good relation with both the countries. Today, because of that, Russia supports in economics. Russia supports in our economy. It has a very good relation with the economics and also in the politics. We could see there is a huge development in the field of economics and in politics. So whenever a new plan in the field of industries, we can talk about the industries. The growth of the economy can be possible with an expansion of the industry. So it is the technology which has been provided to India, the support for its industries which come from the Russia. It's technology which supports the Indian. So automatically our Indian economy increases. In the politics, we can talk about the politics. Even the Indian politics, it has been, to help and to guide and to maintain the world level of politics. So India it is one of the internal part of the Russia which support the Russia for in a world level of politics. So we are good at in Russia's side. We see that when China was invention against the India, it was Russia which opposed the China to not to war, to not to have a problem with the India. We see that even when Pakistan was not maintaining the peace with India, the Tashkent agreement, during that time also we see that Russia intervened between India and Pakistan. So it is a friendly country towards the India. It always try to help the India when India is in trouble. So we see that the China was invention over the India, then it has opposed the China not to have a eye on the India. So we see when India was under the trouble of Goa liberation, then it was the support of the army, support of the Russia into Indian support. Then we could see that there was a good deliverance towards the Goa liberation. We see that in all the matter of internal Indian, like it's a economical, it's a political, it's a geographical, we could see that Russia takes its interest to support the India. They made a 20-year of agreement between India and Russia that to extend a 20-year of agreement whenever, whatever, however in condition. In all the angle that it is the Russia which is trying to support the India for its well-being. And we see that Bokra Steel, it's the steel industries to support for an steel industries, the technology was required to India. We have a good position of the steel, but we need a technology to run that steel companies, industries, and expand it, export it, and also to earn, make a big economy. That is also required industry and the technology. Industries and technologies was important. So during that time, the technology and industry has been, the knowledge of it has been provided from the Russia. So it was a good support to India for the industries development and technology support brought the Pokhara steel companies to be developed very nicely. And we see the technology and also we see the arms and weapons. Today we see in India 2020, we see that Rafale is a new strength in the Indian army. Rafale is a new strength in the Indian army. It was a support of the Russia. So today we have nuclear carrying, aeroplanes. That is the fighter jets. We can call the Rafale one of the strongest, the weapon, armed weapon. That strength of the Indian in 2020. We could see it was supported by again from the Russia. So in the side of the UNO, Russia is always trying to make the India as a permanent Security Council member. See, it is the uniqueness of the Russia towards the India to help it in all the angles, to try to develop the India, trying to support the India in all the angle in spite of making India into a great level. See, if these countries because they understood the value of the India. The value of India in the world side, the big population, the big natural deposition, in also a peace and loving country, which has to be in the sight of the world. India's reputation is very good. In UNO, we are standing in very good position. It is to be called as champion, the champion of maintaining the peace and cooperation. See, only if ever we are disturbed, that is the disturbance of the Pakistan and the China towards India. But always with other countries, India has always maintained a good relation in spite of all this, the big population, the big financial problem. But yet it is trying to maintain its wealthy, and healthy nation with healthy relationship with all the powerful countries. The powerful countries are with India, then India is also one of the powerful countries across the globe. We see when the powerful countries support is towards the India, then India is also one of the powerful countries. So it is very important to have India's, the role in the world. When there was a problem between Israel and some Lebanon, Syria, and Egypt, and certain Iran, Iraq, where they were in the trouble, it was India which intervened between that situation and it supported those people in maintaining the peace and cooperation. We see that Israel is also very friendly towards the India. Why? Other than India, we have other countries like, we can call it as India is got a relation with the neighboring countries, with the Sri Lanka, with the Bhutan, with the Nepal, with the Maldives, and Afghanistan, Indonesia, and other countries too. So India is always been trying its level best to maintain a good relation with all the countries. In that we have studied about the 4 countries, that is the states, China, and that is of the Pakistan, and of Russia, and of USA. Other than that, all our neighboring countries, So in that we could see these are the 4 important countries for India to maintain its, the relations. In that 2 countries are already, it is in our Indian foreign policy. So these 2 countries are, always it's for India and then to have a good relation. So these 2 countries is a very important country in the north, east and northwest. We see that these 2 countries need to have a good relation with India. Apart from that, we haven't have any problem with any other countries like Sri Lanka, like Maldives, like Nepal, like any other Indonesia, any other countries. There is no problem with the India. In all the countries, we are maintaining at a good level and peace and cooperation. Okay, so dear student, hope you understood this chapter. We will get to see the further, that is of India and USA, the other movements. So, God bless you. When we try to understand the each other country's needs, and when we try to understand the each other countries, development and well-being, only then it is like even our countries also can get well. When we try to hurt the other countries, their public interest, their economy, and if we are trying to make the other country to pull down, then definitely it is we also going to face the same situation to our country. So it is as per the observation of the global level. So Pakistan has lost the name. In the global level, it has been called like a terrorism, the center for terrorism. So anywhere anything is happening across the world, it is like Pakistan is being blamed. Whether it is fact or wrong or right, I don't sure about it. But I feel like the terrorism across the world, the hiding place is given toward that area. So even it is not right to give a placement for a terrorism. Even it is very harmful for a self, for the same country where they live, and also to the other countries. So it is better together as US and India is trying to curb the terrorism. Togetherness, it is to be called that unity is the strength. Unity is an strength. Likewise, when India, Pakistan and China becomes one, definitely we are also a powerful country like Russia and like USA. Definitely this area are going to be developed. The Asia is going to be developed like anything. We have a big population, we have a big economy, we have a big, the market of the world. Where these all countries invest their money in our country, in Asia, and they are developing themselves. Their economy is going high level. How is it possible? When we are, in this continent, when we itself are using those, things and materials, so it is definitely they are developing themselves. So if we three countries become one and powerful as a one unity, definitely we are going to happen as the one of the powerful countries. So dear students, so keep concentrating on these things. Try to understand everything each by line to line. When you read also, once you hear it, and if try to understand, if you don't get anything where, you can go through that line and try to understand the lines. Thank you. Have a great day.